Welcome to section 12.6, the volume of spheres. For homework, we're going to work on page 590, numbers 1 through 11, odds. The volume of a sphere can be found using the formula 4/3 pi times radius to the third power. So the only piece of information we need to find the volume of that sphere is going to be the radius. So let's do our first example. Here we go. We want to find the volume of this sphere, and what we have is that the radius is going to be 15. So here we go. We know our formula. Volume equals 4/3 pi times radius cubed. So here we go. We have 4/3 pi times 15 to the third power. 15 to the third power is going to end up giving us 3,375. 4/3 times 3,375 is going to give me 4,500 pi for our final answer. So here's our word problem. How many soup bowls can we fill with the pot of soup given? So here we go. What we have here is that we have a pot of soup that's a cylinder. Our soup bowls are hemispheres. So we're trying to see how many times we can fill up that soup bowl to get it to fit inside that cylinder. So, first and foremost, since we're talking about space inside, we're talking about the volume. And the volume of a cylinder is going to be the area of the base times the height of the cylinder, where the area at the base is going to be radius squared pi times the height. So here we go. 18 squared is 324 times 22, which gives me an overall volume of 7,128 pi. Now for our cylinder, volume is going to be 4/3 pi times radius cubed. Plug in that radius. 4/3 pi times 3 cubed. 3 to the third power is going to end up giving me 27. And 4/3 times 27 is going to end up giving me 36 pi. So we want to see how many times 36 pi can go into 7,128 pi. So let's go ahead and let's divide that out. Here we go. 7,128 pi divided by 36 pi. Those pi's are going to end up canceling out. It goes in 198 times. So we can use 198 bowls of soup to fill up that pot. So here's our last example. They gave us that the volume of our sphere is 36 pi cubic units. What's the surface area? So here we go. Volume equals 4/3 pi radius cubed. Now, we want to know the surface area. Surface area of a sphere is going to be 4 pi radius squared. In either one, what we have in common is that they both use and need the radius. So let's solve for the radius with the volume. Volume, which is 36 pi, equals 4/3 pi radius cubed. Now, let's multiply by that reciprocal, 3/4. And when I multiply by 3/4, that gives me 27 pi equals pi r cubed. Divide both sides by pi. And 27 equals radius cubed. So what times what times what is going to be 27? Our radius is going to be 3. Take that radius of 3 and let's go ahead and let's plug that in. 4 times pi times radius squared is 4 pi times 9, which is going to be 36 pi for our surface area as well. Now, that won't always work. The volume is not always going to match the surface area. This is one of those fluky times that it did. So here's the answers to our homework questions. Again, we had in section 12.6, numbers 1 through 11, the odds. If you have any questions, please make sure you bring it to class tomorrow. As always, have a good day. Now, since this is our very last lesson, I figured I would show us a little video clip of something that I thought kind of related back to this.
My, woo, woo, woo. Now, Katniss, this is a very big and very emotional night for all of us. Wouldn't you say?
Don't go crying on me now, Caesar.
I can't make any promises, you know me.
But you know I wouldn't believe you even if you did.
girl on fire so cheeky.